Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
And I want you. And I need you. And I miss you.
Whatever it is.
The reason we're singing that is because I just cut together a trailer that will go out soon to buy the Volume 7 Blu-ray, and there's a moment in one of those many episodes where we were referencing the Terry Crews thing, you know, we're in White Chicks, where he's singing it to one of the white chicks.
Right.
Like, oh, I love this song, and I want you. It's a pretty funny scene, but we referenced it, and then for some reason I played like this crazy metal version while we were pouring Mac. And that ended up theming the entire promo. These are the things that you come up with when you have to edit something together real fast and you need some kind of creative angle, and you kind of just run with one.
Yeah, if you do it fast and you don't question yourself, who knows what you'll come up with.
Oh yeah, no, it's so true. There's so many different ways to edit and to skin a cat. You know, like I know, like our friend Dan just came, Super Bob Hoskins Bros on YouTube. He just came out with the Mario Brothers movie review, the 1993 one, and it's like meticulously edited. I mean, like he doesn't let a joke pass him by.
Germs everywhere, fungus.
A germaphobe whose second favourite thing to do after washing his hands is monologuing like he's getting ready to fight the Power Rangers.
To the Devo chamber.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really top-notch editing, like super good. I think it's his best edit for sure.
Yeah, it's very polished, very like thoughtful.
No.
So
you can tell that he wasn't winging the edit. He thought of everything, and then he kind of had to execute on it. Probably he built on stuff while he was editing, but for that reason, he falls into these holes, and then he's like, well, now I didn't expect to have to dig so much.
It reminds me of just like you're talking about putting together something and just making the edit happen. It reminds me of when I did the Game of Thrones reviews, where I was just like, I had to get it done, and so a lot of the decisions I didn't even think about. So it's fun to go back and watch those because it's like somebody else made them. It really is. Like I forget like all the decisions that I made, so it's just like it's brand new content for me.
When I have a mock-up of the Blu-ray, and so I was testing it, and then Nina was like, oh, can we watch this Jumps Cart? Can we watch this Box Mac? Or like she was wanting to like watch some of the content. Because honestly, like especially for her, she watches them once, like every time we finish something, and then we move on and we make the next thing. And so yeah, like we don't go back and rewatch our own shit. Now that's okay, especially for me, because I spent a bunch of time in the edit and I probably don't want to. But she, you know, like all things being equal, she's like, I would like to relive like that moment or whatever. And so I was rewatching some of it with her, and I'm like, wow, I actually took the time to cut that in, or I actually took the time to demonstrate that or to time that out. And I'm repeatedly very pleased that I went the extra 10 feet each time, but always surprised. I'm like, did I have the time to do that? You know,
you made it happen.
Yeah.
It is funny because, you know, fans will reference stuff and like that I forgot about.
You know, like, that happens all the time. I'm like, who said it?
Where it's just like, oh, well, our fans know our material better than we do.
I remember I used to love to listen to Trey Parker and Matt Stone's commentary tracks. It started with, they had like one of my first DVDs was Cannibal. This is one of my favorite movies. And they had designed the DVD like thoroughly. And I was so happy with it. Like I was so happy to have it. It was like my favorite movie with an extra 7 hours of things I could indulge. That's probably like that, and then later Lord of the Rings was what like made me commit to the medium of Blu-ray forever, or DVD and then to Blu-ray forever. Because I was like, this is such a great way to experience a movie. Like all the metadata around the thing. I really do think that that's missing from modern releases. But and I used to get actually like nerdily frustrated when somebody would buy a DVD or something. I was like, don't you want to also watch some of those like special features? And they're like, no, I just press play.
Play the movie. That's for nerds, all that stuff.
And don't you at least indulge in the chapter marks? Like, no, I use fast forward like it's a VCR.
Played it at double speed.
But I remember they had an amazing commentary track on Cannibal. They get drunk during it. And then I was like, I hope they can release more stuff. And then they released season 1 of South Park And for some reason, I don't know if they ever announced the reason why, but ultimately Comedy Central didn't allow them to package the commentary track, the full length episode commentary track they did for every episode of season 1. They didn't allow them to release it on DVD. And Trey and Matt were mad about it. So they offered you an option where you could send in for a big package of jewel cases of CDs, EJ, of the commentary tracks. And then they taught you how to sync them the fuck up. And you better believe I did. I was like, I sent away for them and they sent them for free. And with your proof of purchase of the DVD, it was crazy. And I remember I remember there was an interview that Trey had with Penn Jillette. And Penn was like, something I always like to ask people, like entertainers, like, what do you really do? He's like, because there's normally one source of income that like is how you really make your money. He's like, for us, it's the live shows. That's what we really do. He's like, what do you really do? And Trey was like, we sell DVDs. Like for a long time, like selling DVDs was how they made a lot of that money.
Right. That's what Matt Damon was talking about. Without the DVDs, like all those more indie hits, they just dried up.
I remember they would often not remember the episode in question, like whatever they were like, oh yeah, is this the one with this in it? And I remember being like appalled, like not mad, but I was like, I know these episodes very, very, very well. How can they not? They made them, for God's sakes, but it totally makes sense now.
Especially the volume, like the volume of stuff that you make.
Yeah,
it's just impossible. It's impossible to remember anything. And
I remember Matt Stone a few years ago, they were being interviewed about like they had a big renewal, like 5 seasons or something. And he was like, one day it's going to be really fun to like sit way back, like zoom way out and watch all of this show. He's like, because it is tailor made for my sense of humor, and so like with enough distance from it, it might be really fun to just watch it and enjoy it,
Yeah.
That is the dream. I don't know if it's possible, but I think that's the dream. And so certainly with feature, I can't watch Boxmack or Judd's Car or whatever. Like I could totally rewatch those and enjoy them because I don't remember a thing about them. But rewatching like any of my features, that tends to be like a shoddy. That's like not something I would enjoy watching it with an audience just to see kind of how they respond, because you rarely get a chance to watch things with an audience. But other than that, like when we've done streams, I'm just all in the chat. I'm not really like paying attention that much to the movie. Because I don't know. There's something about like the amount of time you end up spending on a feature that does poison you from it. You just spend too much time in the oven.
Nina, how's the balls?
Excellent. Cleanly shaven.
Doesn't that look pretty good, Zach? Like you could just eat it?
But why not dump mac and cheese on?
I can control it, pig. Control it.
That's why we should get a pet
Control
pig.
it.
$81 Mac and me looking.
Look, it's your vision. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni. I've smelled barf that smells better than that.
What I would do is I'd take the noodles and wash them in a small pond. And then eat them. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous.
It just
It's stupid. What the hell am I doing here?
I'm a stupid millennial.
Whoa! Did you see that go down? 'Cause I'll need you, and I'll miss you.